차례 공항 담장 잭사지가 폭발했다고 합니다. 다시 한번 전해드리겠습니다. 오늘 오전 9시 10분쯤 전남 무안공항에서
Imagine this. A bright, sunny day. Passengers are boarding JeJu Air Flight 2216, excited for their trips. Vacationers, families, business travelers, all with their own stories, their own places to go. They had no idea that this ordinary flight would soon become a tragedy. The date, insert date of crash. The destination, Thailand, known for its smiles and beauty. But fate had something else in store. Instead of flying high in the sky, the plane would meet a terrible end, crashing in a remote area. Every plane crash reminds us how fragile life is, but it also calls us to action. The investigation into JeJu Air Flight 2216 was about putting together the pieces of what happened in those final moments. We look closely at the details, the technical information, and the human factors involved. It's a journey into the heart of a tragedy, a search for answers that will hopefully stop similar tragedies from happening. Join us as we go on this journey, uncovering the layers of this tragic event. We'll look at the evidence, analyze the findings, and explore the wide-ranging impacts of this crash. Let's begin. In the competitive world of airlines, JeJu Air had made a name for itself. Founded in 2005, it had quickly grown, becoming one of South Korea's main low-cost carriers. Known for its affordable prices and efficient service, JeJu Air had earned a reputation for being reliable. Based in Jeju City, the airline mostly had Boeing 737 aircraft. JeJu Air's network stretched across East Asia, connecting major cities in South Korea, China, Japan, and Southeast Asia. For many, JeJu Air represented the hopes of a modernizing South Korea, a symbol of progress and connection. The Boeing 737 needs no introduction. A strong presence in the aviation industry, this narrow-body aircraft has been a common sight in skies worldwide for decades. Known for its reliability, fuel efficiency, and ability to fly different routes, the 737 has been the workhorse of many airlines. The aircraft involved in the JeJu Air Flight 2216 incident was part of the Boeing 737 family. Millions of passengers have boarded 737s, trusting in their safety and performance. Flight 2216 was, by all accounts, a normal flight. Taking off from Incheon International Airport, the flight was headed for Suvarnabhumi Airport, Bangkok's main airport. The route was a popular one, connecting two lively cities. Passengers on Flight 2216 were a mix of different travelers. Families going on vacations, business travelers, and maybe even some returning home. The flight plan was straightforward, following established air corridors, guided by air traffic control. The air route between South Korea and Thailand is a busy one. South Korean tourists love to visit Thailand's beaches and temples, looking for relaxation and adventure. Thai food has become very popular in South Korea, with restaurants opening up all over the country. This air corridor shows how connected our world is. It highlights the important role that aviation plays in encouraging tourism, trade, and understanding between nations. JeJu Air Flight 2216, a Boeing 737 with a fresh coat of paint, stood proudly at the gate. The ground crew finished their final checks. Passengers, eager to start their journeys, boarded the aircraft. Families found their seats, excited chatter filling the cabin. Business travelers settled in, laptops open, preparing for the hours ahead. The flight crew, experienced aviators, went through their pre-flight checklists. With a gentle pushback from the gate, Flight 2216 began its journey. The Boeing 737, known for its reliability, lifted off smoothly into the bright blue sky. The first few hours of the flight were uneventful. The plane climbed to its cruising altitude, soaring above the clouds. The flight attendants served refreshments, taking care of the passengers' needs. Some passengers dozed, others read books, and children looked out of the windows. In the cockpit, the pilots monitored the aircraft's systems. The flight progressed as planned, a testament to the routine nature of air travel. As Flight 2216 continued its journey, a subtle change occurred. A faint vibration could be felt throughout the cabin, barely noticeable at first. Passengers dismissed it as turbulence. The flight attendants exchanged glances, a silent acknowledgement of the unusual sensation. In the cockpit, the pilot's attention sharpened. The vibration intensified, evolving from a subtle tremor to a more pronounced shudder. The flight crew began to run through checklists, attempting to identify the source of the problem. As the situation on Flight 2216 became more serious, the pilots tried to contact air traffic control. Static crackled over the radio, the message unclear. Repeated attempts to establish clear communication failed. The pilots, now facing both a technical problem and a communication blackout, were increasingly isolated. Inside the cabin, the flight attendants worked to keep everyone calm, their voices soothing as they reassured passengers. The vibration, now a constant tremor, rattled through the plane. The cockpit of Flight 2216 turned into a scene of controlled chaos. Warning lights flashed, their red glow reflecting in the pilot's wide eyes. The captain, his voice strained but steady, gave quick commands. The first officer, his face pale but determined, repeated the captain's commands. They fought to regain control of the aircraft, their movements a desperate mix of expertise and instinct. The Boeing 737, once a symbol of reliability, now bucked and shuddered under their control. Time, once measured in minutes, now ticked by in heartbeats. The situation quickly got worse. The vibration, now a violent shaking, felt like it could tear the plane apart. Passengers, their eyes wide with fear, held tightly to their seats. The captain, his voice hoarse but unwavering, fought to stay calm. He wrestled with the controls, trying to get the struggling aircraft back to level flight. But the plane responded erratically, its descent becoming steeper. The first officer relayed their desperate situation to the unresponsive radio. The cabin lights flickered, casting long shadows that danced menacingly across the terrified faces. The inevitable, the moment they had desperately fought against, arrived with a deafening roar. Flight 2216 crashed into the ground, the force of the impact echoing through the air. The once proud Boeing 737, now a mangled wreck, lay broken and silent, consumed by flames. The smell of jet fuel, acrid and sharp, filled the air. The silence, broken only by the crackling of the fire, was deafening. For the families waiting anxiously for their loved ones to arrive, the world had stopped. As emergency responders raced towards the scene, an eerie silence fell upon the crash site. The fire, having consumed its grim fuel, flickered and died. The silence, heavy and oppressive, was broken only by the mournful chirping of birds. The air, thick with the smell of death and destruction, hung heavy. In the distance, the sirens of approaching emergency vehicles grew louder. After any plane crash, the black box becomes the center of the investigation. These nearly indestructible devices hold the key to understanding what went wrong. The flight data recorder captures a lot of information: altitude, speed, heading. The cockpit voice recorder captures the conversations and sounds within the cockpit. These recordings, once recovered and analyzed by experts, become the foundation of the investigation. The voices of the pilots provide a haunting narrative, their words echoing through the halls of aviation safety agencies. The investigation into JeJu Air Flight 2216 was a careful process of elimination. Every piece of wreckage, every line of code, every communication log was carefully examined. The wreckage itself, scattered over a wide area, held important clues. The investigation team, a group of experts from different fields, worked tirelessly. Their goal to determine, as accurately as possible, what caused JeJu Air Flight 2216 to crash. Part 3. The human factor. While mechanical failures and technical problems often play a role in aviation accidents, the human factor remains a crucial area of investigation. Pilots, despite their rigorous training and experience, are human and can be affected by fatigue, stress, and the limitations of human perception and decision-making. The investigation into JeJu Air Flight 2216 would have looked deeply into the training and experience of the flight crew, their actions in those critical moments leading up to the crash. Did they follow proper procedures? Were there any signs of fatigue or impairment? Did they communicate effectively with each other and with air traffic control? The investigation would have also considered the broader organizational factors that may have contributed to the accident. Was there a strong safety culture within the airline? Were there any systemic issues related to training, maintenance, or operational procedures? Understanding the human factors involved in the crash is essential for preventing similar tragedies in the future. Part 4. A perfect storm, the confluence of events. In many aviation accidents, no single cause can fully explain the tragedy. Instead, it's often a combination of events, a perfect storm of factors that align in a deadly sequence. A minor technical malfunction combined with a moment of human error, made worse by external factors like weather or air traffic control, can create a chain reaction leading to disaster. The investigation into JeJu Air Flight 2216 likely revealed such a complex interplay of factors. Perhaps a combination of mechanical issues, communication breakdowns, and human error, made worse by challenging weather conditions, created a situation that spiraled out of control. Understanding these complex interactions, these chains of causality, is crucial for improving aviation safety. By identifying the contributing factors, both large and small, investigators can develop recommendations and implement changes that reduce the likelihood of similar accidents happening again. Ripples of concern. The industry reacts. News of the JeJu Air Flight 2216 crash sent shockwaves through the aviation industry. Airlines worldwide felt a collective shudder of concern. The wreckage sparked activity in boardrooms and hangars. Engineers scrutinized designs and maintenance logs. Pilots discussed the incident seeking lessons. Aviation regulators swung into action. Investigations were launched, audits conducted. The industry understood the need to maintain public confidence. The quest for answers, investigations, and their aftermath. The investigation into the crash of JeJu Air Flight 2216 was complex and multifaceted. International protocols ensured the involvement of multiple parties: the airline, the aircraft manufacturer, and international aviation authorities. Teams of experts, armed with specialized knowledge, descended upon the crash site. They meticulously collected debris, analyzed flight data, and interviewed witnesses. Their goal to determine the cause of the crash and issue recommendations. The investigation involved extensive analysis of the black box recordings and the aircraft's maintenance history. They also reviewed the pilot's training, weather conditions, and air traffic control communications. Their findings were compiled into a detailed report. The report provided answers to the grieving families and the aviation community. The legacy of loss, prevention, and remembrance. Every aviation accident, while a tragedy in its own right, carries within it the potential for preventing future tragedies. The lessons learned from the loss of JeJu Air Flight 2216, etched in the memory of the industry, would serve as a solemn reminder of the importance of vigilance, the need for continuous improvement, and the human cost of complacency. The investigation's findings, once released, would likely lead to changes in safety regulations, aircraft design, pilot training, or operational procedures. These changes, though born from tragedy, would represent the industry's commitment to learning from its mistakes, to honoring the memory of those lost by making the skies safer for all who fly. The families of those on board Flight 2216, forever bound by their shared loss, would grapple with their grief, seeking solace in memories, finding strength in unity. Their loved ones, though gone, would live on in the hearts of those who knew them, and in the legacy of safety improvements that their sacrifice inspired. The crash of JeJu Air Flight 2216, a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the unforgiving nature of the skies, serves as a catalyst for continued improvement in aviation safety. The industry, driven by a commitment to protecting its passengers and crew, continues to evolve and innovate. New technologies enhance aircraft safety, from advanced flight control systems to sophisticated weather monitoring equipment and improved pilot training simulators. Human factors research informs safety protocols. The pursuit of safer skies is an ongoing journey, a testament to innovation and learning from the past. Each accident, each incident, serves as a valuable data point, ensuring that the lessons learned make air travel safer for generations to come. The wreckage of JeJu Air Flight 2216 has long since been cleared away, the crash site reclaimed by nature, the twisted metal and shattered dreams a fading memory. But the impact of that tragic day continues to reverberate, leaving behind unseen scars on the hearts of those forever marked by the loss. Families, their lives irrevocably altered, navigate a world shrouded in grief, their days punctuated by the absence of loved ones, their nights haunted by what-ifs and unanswered questions. The pain, raw and enduring, lingers in the quiet moments, the empty chairs at the dinner table, the unfulfilled promises whispered to the heavens. The aviation industry too bears the weight of that tragic day, the memory serving as a stark reminder of the immense responsibility it carries. The precious lives entrusted to its care every time an aircraft takes to the skies. The quest for answers, for understanding, for preventing a repeat of such a tragedy, becomes an ongoing mission, a solemn vow to honor the memory of those lost by making the skies safer for all who fly. In the wake of such a tragedy, the human spirit seeks solace in remembrance, in finding ways to honor the lost, to keep their memory alive. Memorials, both grand and intimate, stand as testaments to lives cut short, places where grief and love intertwine, where tears mingle with the gentle breezes that carry whispered prayers and unspoken promises. Families, bound by their shared loss, find strength in unity, in sharing stories, in supporting one another through the darkest of days. They become fierce advocates for change, for stricter safety regulations, for improved pilot training, for anything that might prevent another family from enduring their pain. The aviation industry too participates in this act of remembrance, incorporating the lessons learned from JeJu Air Flight 2216 into its training programs, safety protocols, and design standards. Every improvement, every advancement, every life saved because of these changes stands as a testament to the enduring legacy of those lost, a silent tribute to their memory. JeJu Air Flight 2216, though a tragedy, serves as a catalyst for progress, a stark reminder that the pursuit of aviation safety is an ongoing journey, a relentless quest for improvement. The industry, driven by a deep-seated commitment to protecting those who entrust their lives to its care, embraces a culture of continuous learning, constantly striving to push the boundaries of safety. New technologies born from innovation and refined through rigorous testing emerge to enhance aircraft safety, advanced flight control systems, more sophisticated weather monitoring equipment, and improved pilot training simulators all play a vital role in making the skies safer for everyone. Human factors research too plays a crucial role in preventing accidents. By understanding the complexities of pilot decision-making, fatigue management, and crew resource management, the industry can develop more effective training programs and safety protocols, reducing the likelihood of human error. The quest for safer skies is not a solitary endeavor, but a shared responsibility. a testament to the interconnectedness of the aviation industry and the importance of collaboration. Airlines, manufacturers, regulators, pilots, air traffic controllers all play a vital role in maintaining the delicate balance between the miracle of flight and the unforgiving nature of the skies. Open communication, transparency, and a willingness to learn from mistakes are paramount in this ongoing pursuit. By sharing information, best practices, and lessons learned, the industry can collectively raise the bar for safety, ensuring that the skies remain a safe and efficient mode of transportation for generations to come. The tragedy of JeJu Air Flight 2216, though a painful reminder of the risks inherent in aviation, also serves as a beacon, guiding the industry towards a safer tomorrow. By embracing innovation, prioritizing safety, and honoring the memory of those lost, we can ensure that their legacy lives on in the countless lives saved and the ever-increasing safety of the sky.